Thank you. You know, growing up as an Italian kid, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to thank all of you for coming. Family, friends, neighbors, members of the community, fellow conservatives, thank you so much for attending. This means a lot to me, and it also means a lot to the Conservative Party because we have so much interest in the party as of the last 8 years, as you all know. So, conservative values, I want to talk about that for a moment. Conservative values are important, now more than ever. At its core, conservative values represent freedom, full stop. Our government's job is to conserve freedom and protect it, not to take it away when it's politically convenient. There are certain lines in the sand that citizens need to draw when it comes to the government, and that line was drawn officially in 1982 with the signing of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Freedom to decide how you live your life. Our leader, Pierre Poilievre, said not long ago that the times in our history where Canada has been wrong and made mistakes is when the government has become too powerful. Although, as a young adult, I frequently dreamed of serving my community as a member of Parliament, nothing motivated me more than the actions our government took during the COVID-19 pandemic and how they dealt with the protests of the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. Only recently was the freedom and civil liberties vindicated with the decision of the federal court declaring the use of the Emergencies Act unconstitutional. Yes, we can clap for that. To this, I say never again. Without freedom, we do not have a society. It is often said that you are defined by what you say no to, not what you say yes to. We say no to unjustifiable infringement of our rights and freedoms. We say no to the carbon tax. We say no to government bureaucracy, and we say no to reckless government spending and inflation. As many of you are aware, I have been a resident of the community since I was very young. My father immigrated to Canada during the second Italian diaspora in the 1970s, and the name Pierre Elliott Trudeau carried with it the idea of freedom. The idea that Canada was a place where happiness was possible. Because of this positive connection, the last name Trudeau speaks to the heart of the residents of this community. This translated into the community electing a Liberal as their Member of Parliament for over 2 decades. The only brief interruption was one election cycle when Julian Fantino was elected. In order to defeat Mr. Fantino, what did the Liberals do? They imported a man named Francesco Cervera from British Columbia. And they decided to run him here. Why go to all that trouble? Because they wanted to market to you instead of speaking to you. A long-running member of provincial parliament in the riding was Mr. Greg Cervera, who retired before the federal election in 2015. And so they thought they would use the recognition to appeal to the residents of the community. As a voter, this communicated to me how little they consider the opinions that come out of this riding. They don't respect Mr. Cervera either. He's used to run interference for Justin Trudeau, where he has shut down committee meetings when Justin is faced with difficult questions, even from our own leader. Mr. Cervera, in my view, is given a script to repeat in the House of Commons that is prepared by Liberal staffers. Most of the questions he asks are to his own Liberal MPs, giving them a layup so they can make themselves look intelligent. Although our riding is diverse, as was introduced earlier, almost over 50% of the population in this riding identifies with their Italian heritage. Perhaps for this reason, the Liberal Party has had such a stronghold in this riding. Growing up in an Italian household, I understood that loyalty is a hallmark of what made you an upright and worthy person of respect within the community. But Justin Trudeau is not Pierre Trudeau. He is in fact the opposite. Justin Trudeau non è il suo padre, è il contro Why? Because we know Justin Trudeau violated the Charter with the invoking of the Emergencies Act confirmed by the federal court, a document his father worked tirelessly to achieve. So Pierre Trudeau signs the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and his son violates it. The Italian residents of this community need to hear this message, especially with our seniors who have such fond memories of Pierre Trudeau. I am that person to deliver this message. I am that person because I am a son of this community. I grew up speaking Italian in my household, my family, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, some of them here today. The most recent statistic reveals, which was already repeated, 20% of the residents in Vaughan-Woodbridge identified Italian as their mother tongue. That's over 20,000 people. These characteristics are the line in the sand that I ask the residents of Vaughan-Woodbridge to draw. Not because I'm running to be your next Conservative candidate, but I say this also as a voter. Francesco Cervera does not live in the riding, nor do some of my opponents. It is time we had a resident MP, again, one of us, uno di noi. Give me that chance, and I won't let you down. I love you all. I love my community. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.